Honourable Winston Peters.
I have got to confess that some of us are down here tonight for this debate on false pretences, because we were told that they were going to introduce and pass through certain stages the taxation transformation, first phase simplification and other measures bill. That's why we are here, only to find out that we have been grievously misled. You'll recall, Mr. Speaker, there was a family down in Louisiana in the United States called the Long family, and Huey Long's famous comment about taxation was very much epitomised by the National Party attitude when on the hustings until they get in here, when he said a taxation reform is very much like don't tax you, don't tax me, tax that man behind the tree. And that's exactly where we are now tonight, because when we talk about transformation, it is quite possible that people out there who do think that the Parliament in this country has got some sort of credibility is actually serious about a name or the title transformation. There is nothing very much transformatory in this legislation at all. In fact, all it epitomises that in the 8th year of its term in government, the National Party is still fitting around the edges and doesn't quite know what it's doing, and it'll probably be back in 6 months to change this as well. And then on the issue of simplification, let me say, Mr. Chairman, we have more tax law than the United States. We do so. It is more voluminous, more complicated than the United States, but of course over there, if they catch somebody cheating, they put them behind the bars for 10, 20 or more years. Here we give them a knighthood, or we cover it up. We do our utmost not to disclose it. Now, any transformation or simplification would simply be attacking, for example, those trusts which are a big issue politically in this country, but which no one can mention tonight. Accepting any simplification or transformation with all that evidence glaringly out there in the public domain, with voluminous amounts yet to come, soon to hone in on all sorts of personalities in this country, and headlining in the latest NBR on the front page, but it doesn't make it into this legislation, which tells you that we may be wasting the taxpayers' time and indeed the time of this Parliament.
Members, the question is that Clause 1 stand part. Those in favour will say aye. Aye. Those against, no. The motion is agreed. The question is now that the Minister's amendment to Clause 2 set out in SOP 171 stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. Those against, no. The motion is agreed. The question now is that Clause 2 is amended stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye, and those against, no. The motion is agreed to. I will report this bill with amendment presently. Members, we now come to the Human Rights Amendment Bill